Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, March 10, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Portland Trail Blazers versus Philadelphia 76ers. Two key players are questionable for this game, Harden for Philadelphia and Simons for Portland. But the Sixers can certainly win without Harden, as long as Embiid is on the floor. This is not a great matchup for Portland, as they have a banged-up Nurkic tasked with stopping Embiid, which is a tall order. But also the Sixers are one of the best team at defending the three, and that is a key part of Portland's offense. The Blazers have lost 4 of their last 6 against the spread and will likely be road weary. The Sixers should be able to easily take care of business here. Take Philadelphia to cover. The Blazers are in the middle of a road trip that has had its ups and downs. They are 2-2 with losses to Atlanta and Boston and wins over Orlando and Detroit. They are currently 31-35, which places them tied for 11th in the Western Conference playoff race with Utah and Oklahoma City. But they are only 1 game behind the Lakers and Pelicans, who are tied for 9th place at 32-34. Our total pick is over. Atlanta Hawks versus Washington Wizards. These teams just played an evenly matched game on Wednesday. The Wizards outshot the Hawks from the floor Wednesday, but committed more turnovers and lost the battle at the free throw line. In the NBA, a clutch game is defined as any game time when there are 5 or fewer minutes remaining in the game and the scoring margin is within 5 points, and I expect that to be the case here. In clutch games this season, the Hawks are 19th in offensive rating and the Wizards are 20th, but on the defensive end in those games the Wizards are 16th and Atlanta ranks 29th. The Wizards are also 5-1 ATS in their last 6 home games against the Hawks. If you chose to bet on this game, you may need to watch your blood pressure late, as neither team holds a huge edge, but I will take the home dog. Our team pick is Washington Wizards plus 1 point. Going for the split on the total means backing an under in a game between these two defenses that just haven't been good of late. Washington's opponent effect FG% in last 3 is 59.7, and it's just not something I can do with any confidence. The situation does make sense to come back with an under, but Washington's 10-4-1 OU record as a home dog, and Atlanta's 10-1 OU record as a road favorite splash plenty of cold water on that idea. Considering this game is also in that pick'em type range, another odd game for Washington in this scenario isn't out of the question either. So reluctantly it's a play on this over, more so behind the stats for both teams in these roles, and how poor their defensive play has been lately. It might be something where you can look to get an under during the game based on these 2-game series having a tendency to flip results, say if they come out scoring again, but Atlanta unders just aren't on the radar right now with how they are playing. The Hawks are 5-2 OU since the coaching change, with the 2 unders coming by a single point and 2 points. There just really isn't the need to put extra pressure on the bankroll right now by adding any pregame under in any Atlanta Hawks game. Our total pick is over 238.5 points. Denver Nuggets versus San Antonio Spurs. This is a dreadful spot for a San Antonio team that might be the worst in the NBA. The Spurs have the worst defensive numbers in the league, and they are facing a Denver offense that has been red hot throughout the campaign. The Nuggets are also motivated and angry following their rare home loss to Chicago, while San Antonio fell right back into its losing skid with a pair of double-digit losses to lowly Houston. Denver has covered the spread in 7 of its last 10 games, and San Antonio has only covered 3 times in its last 19 games. The Nuggets have won 9 of the last 12 meetings between these teams, and they should add another blowout win on Friday night. Our team pick is Denver to cover. San Antonio is 7th with respect to pace of play entering this Western Conference matchup. These two clubs are headed in opposite directions at this juncture of the season. The Nuggets are looking to make a run at an NBA title, while the Spurs are looking for the top pick in the draft. They are last in defensive rating, allowing opposing teams to get whatever they want either at the rim or from beyond the arc. They also turn it over a ton, 26th in the NBA in turnover percentage. I expect the Nuggets to open a big lead and coast the remainder of the game, allowing both teams to get easy buckets in a 25-point blowout. Take the over. Cleveland Cavaliers vs Miami Heat. The Cavaliers put the clamps on down the stretch in a tough 104-100 win over the Heat. Darius Garland scored 25 points and Donovan Mitchell chipped in with 18 as they held Miami to 29% shooting in the fourth. The Heat turned the ball over a whopping 24 times, leading to 29 easy points for the Cavaliers. Miami's previous season high for turnovers was 23, at Toronto on November 16th. Their sloppiness has a lot to do with a lack of a point guard. Kyle Lowry missed his 14th consecutive game with a sore left knee but is still hoping to play later this week. He is listed as questionable for this rematch against the Cavs. If he plays, that will have a big impact on their half-court sets. Even if he sits, I do not expect the Heat to play that sloppy. They only lost by 4 points even with the 24 turnovers. Look for them to bounce back and get a win. Our team pick is Miami Heat. The Cavaliers and Heat are bottom three with respect to pace of play entering this Eastern Conference rematch. Miami turned it over a ton 2 days ago, but they are 13th in turnover percentage and that game was a one-off. I do not expect the Heat to shoot below 30% again in the fourth quarter, and that alone should pick up the projected total. The total went under last game and came close even with the abysmal second half shooting performances. The total number has gone over in 6 of Cleveland's last 9 games, and 4 of their last 5 on the road. Take the over. Brooklyn Nets vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Nets had to dig deep into their bench against Milwaukee, and their injury report continues to have a litany of starters questionable. Minnesota has played their best basketball at home and will have the rest advantage here. The largest flaw in the Timberwolves' defense has been their ability to defend the perimeter. However, this has been a continual area of concern for the Nets' offense. Brooklyn has struggled defending the fast break, and the high steal rate and transition efficiency of the Timberwolves will set them apart here. Take the T-Wolves at home here, who are 27-9 ATS in the last 36 meetings. Minnesota minus 5 points. While the last contest between these two was a high-scoring affair, we shouldn't expect the same result here. The Timberwolves have slowed their pace significantly over their last 3 games, and also have played slower on their home court. Likewise, Brooklyn sits in the bottom 10 in pace on the road. Neither of these offenses have been strong on the offensive glass and are often limited to single-shot trips up the court. And despite the above-average opponent field goal attempt rate for each squad, the defenses have remained around the top 10 in terms of field goals made. With a slower pace and the Nets likely going deep on the pine, expect this total to stay under the number. Our total pick is under 230 points. Toronto Raptors vs Los Angeles Lakers. I like the Raptors for a cover on Friday night. Defense travels and Toronto has the 7th-ranked scoring defense in the NBA. The Raptors have covered the spread in 2 of the 4 games on their road trip so far, and 3 of their last 5 overall. The Lakers are also finding their groove late in the season, as they are 6-2 ATS over their last 8 games.
With James on the sideline, and no official guarantee that Russell will return on Friday for LA, I think Toronto has the pieces to outlast the Lakers.
Siakam is now paired with Jakob Poeltl on Toronto's front line, which can help contain Davis inside. The Raptors are a very balanced team. They're a tough matchup for the Lakers, as Toronto already proved back in December. I'm siding with the Raptors to cover and win. Give me the under, which has hit in each of the last 3 games for both teams. In fact, the over has only hit once in the last 8 games for both teams. Toronto's pace of play is 25th in the league according to DunksandThrees.com, which means they'll try to slow down the up-tempo Lakers offense. Even though Los Angeles is 3rd in tempo, but they aren't exactly lighting the world on fire offensively lately. The Lakers haven't exceeded 113 points in any of their last 3 games, all of which were home games. Both teams struggle with outside shooting, ranking in the bottom quarter of the league in 3-point percentage. I just don't see a ton of points racking up very quickly in this game. I'm backing the under 245 points,